YouTube. Okay. Just hold on. Yeah, we're live on YouTube as well. Great. Okay, I'll just share my screen now. Karamveer, hi, how are you? No need to call me sir. You can call me Krunal. That's fine. Sir is a little too formal, isn't it? It's like क्लास में आ गए हम लोग, स्कूल के क्लास में आ गए, वैसा लगता है ना. Okay, I'm just sharing my screen. Can you all see my screen now? क्या आपको screen दिख रही है? Today, what stocks you look at? I'll share everything. I'll tell you which stocks I'm looking at. I'll tell you what we're doing. पहले तो हम लोग सिर्फ ये करेंगे. First, we'll look at the expiry. Thursday है आज. So we'll understand exactly what all is going on today in the markets. Nifty, Bank Nifty के साथ अभी क्या हुआ है? Because clearly, अगर हम लोग समझते हैं up until last week क्या हो रहा था, the movement and everything, including the bias, was a little bearish, right? लोगों के माइंड में था कि अच्छा शायद नीचे ही जाएंगे हम. But then what happened on Tuesday, prices just shot up, and उसके वजह से बहुत लोगों के दिमाग में there's still that question that what's happening, because right now we are fluctuating between 16,000 to 18,000. if you see, अगर आप देखते हो जुलाई से we saw 16,000, यहाँ पे 18,000 और उसके बीच में ही चल रहे हैं. तो ये exactly क्या हो रहा है, आज क्या हो रहा है, और what can we expect from today? We'll try to discuss that. And without any further ado, we'll start with Nifty and Bank Nifty. अभी का जो view देंगे हम, that will not be for swing or positional. This will purely be an expiry view. Expiry view रहेगा plus view for maybe tomorrow or 1 week. उससे ज़्यादा लंबा नहीं होगा ये view. उसके बाद we'll come to the longer term view. Right now on the daily chart, what we can see, इसकी यहाँ पे gap up हुआ था. We can see Nifty had gapped up today. हम लोग देख सकते हैं high बनाया उसने, high of 428, as we can see 17,428. 17,400 is an important resistance level. So 17,428 का high बनाया उसने. This is the zone that I'm telling you, 17,400. So उसने 17,428 का high बनाया, and from there we are down by around 100 points already. अगर हम लोग बात करते हैं इंट्राडे चार्ट पे क्या हो रहा है, we can see most of the movement today is thanks to the gap. Otherwise हम लोग देख सकते हैं that practically the day traded within the first hour itself. पहले घंटे डेढ़ घंटे के अंदर क्या देखा था हम लोग ने, we saw this high being formed which was never broken. We saw this low being formed which was actually broken. But कब break हुआ? One break we saw here, but then prices recovered from there. Second break we saw happening around 2:30 p.m. And now we're seeing another break. So typically expiry में जो धमाकेदार move होता है, the मसालेदार move that we see happens around 2 to 2:30 and after. This is actually the move that we're seeing. So अगर हम लोग सिर्फ expiry के हिसाब से जाए, it is very possible कि ये सीधा ऐसे भी चला जाए, because expiry moves can be that big. I'm not saying it is what will happen. I'm just saying it is likely, considering that it has happened in the past. Okay. So Nifty का view clearly, if you see gap up की जगह अगर आप देखो, otherwise it has been a bit of a bearish to flat bias market. Bearish क्यों? Because we can see that it's continuing to make lower highs. Flat क्यों? Because it's still relatively flat. It's not straight bearish market like this. Okay, this would be my view on Nifty right now. You can feel free to share your views also. I'll just take a look at the chat in some time. अगर बैंक निफ्टी का डेली चार्ट देखें, then in a way it's a lot worse than Nifty's. क्योंकि निफ्टी ने क्या किया था, गैप अप ओपन किया, थोड़ा सा ऊपर गया, and then it sort of stayed within that same range. बैंक निफ्टी में हम लोग ने गैप अप तो देखा, but prices went up further and we saw a high of 39,608, and now bank nifty is trading at 39,280, which means it went up a lot and then it came down also a lot. So ऊपर भी बहुत गया, नीचे भी बहुत गया, and as a result we can see the overall range that we're seeing with bank nifty is a lot more. यहाँ पर हम देख सकते हैं This is practically what we saw with Bank Nifty, the 1 hour range of sorts that we saw. और हम देख सकते हैं कि यहाँ पे banks were very bullish biased, right? Especially when we compare to Nifty. But उसके बाद हम लोग ने again around 230 के आसपास we saw a change in sentiments and now we are back to the lows. So overall अगर हम बात करते हैं maybe for the coming coming day, coming week or so, maybe prices are likely to stay a little range bound, a little lethargic possibly, unless अगर कल हम लोग कुछ बड़ा देखते हैं. Reason being कि 2 days back, 2 sessions back, we saw rejection of lower levels, right? We saw lower level rejection also here also, right? Lower level rejection. आज हम लोग देख रहे हैं हायर लेवल रिजेक्शन को, which means कि prices are just sort of stabilizing within that bracket. Same goes for what we are seeing here. यहाँ पर भी हम देख सकते हैं lower level rejection, higher level rejection. So let's see how the market shapes up. Expiry अब भी कैसी चल रही है? This is what it looks like. अगर हम बात करते हैं open interest के बारे में, then I will just do open interest नहीं, option chain करनी पड़ेगी उसके लिए. If we go to the option chain, then we can see यहाँ पे है Nifty right now, 326 पे है Nifty. So we look at this region here, 350 के आसपास, और 350 के आसपास हम देख सकते हैं that the highest call OI that is there is at 17,400 and that is 306,895 contracts. बहुत बड़ा है. और अगर हम लोग देखें पुट साइड पे, तो पुट साइड पे सबसे हाईएस्ट ओआई है पुट का, दैट इज एट 17,300 एंड दैट इज 253,22 कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स. सो लॉट मोर कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स ऑन द कॉल साइड. अगेन दिस इज पॉसिबली व्हाई हम लोग देख रहे हैं थोड़ा सा बेरिश बायस, बिकॉज कॉल साइड पे बहुत सारा कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स है. मे बी दैट इज व्हाट इज एक्चुअली प्रेशरिंग द मार्केट. मे बी दैट इज व्हाई वी आर सीइंग कि थोड़ा सा सबड्यूड सेंटिमेंट है, बिकॉज अगर जो बड़े प्लेयर्स है, if the bigger players are having a bit of a bearish outlook, or if they feel that okay, no, we are likely to see a range bound market but favoring the downside, then clearly market वैसे ही जाएगा, and that is what will also be reflected in the option prices and the option chain. So that's what we are seeing here with Nifty and Bank Nifty option chain देख के. Quickly, we can take a look at some of the questions that we have here. Havels and GCP, Trent, what's a good level? What's your view on buying in Info? Info Edge has a lot of exposure to startup sector. Vivan, that's a good point. I'm not sure if I remember reading this tweet somewhere, or if I had seen a video or something. But there was someone who had compared investment in Info Edge to investment as a VC. So they were like, अगर आपको venture capital fund में डालना है, might as well put in Info Edge, क्योंकि Info Edge is like that only these days. So I felt that was a very interesting way to put things. So to really summarize, I would say कि it is good, but technicals कैसे हैं देखते हैं. I'll tell you exactly what my view is on the technicals. I'll tell you. Yeah, large stake in Zomato and such. Honestly, instead of Zomato, direct equity, Info Edge probably makes a better bet, given it's a little diversified. Okay, Hero Motors we'll check out. Airtel 5G launch हुआ कि नहीं पता नहीं. I know Jio ने launch कर दिया है आज से, or rather दशहरा से, yesterday से. Real estate sector, can you review these stocks? Okay, let's do one thing. Let's pick 3 industries, 3 sectors that we want to look at today. So एक तो ठीक है, real estate हम लोग ने देख लिया. One is real estate. The other one, maybe since Hero Motors has been asked, we can look at the auto sector. And startup stocks we can look at, sure. But Zomato, Paytm, which other startup can we look at? Any other startup that comes to mind, you can let me know. Nykaa, right? Nykaa is there. 3 stocks, fine. We can look at those 3 stocks. So वो रखते हैं. It's 15:12 right now. And let us try to do this analysis in around 10 minutes or so. After that, we'll revisit Nifty. कुछ stocks भी देख लेंगे. So first, I'll tell you TradingView पे how you look at sectors. How many of y'all know how to look at sectors on TradingView? Just check, no comments on YouTube, na? No comments on YouTube. Okay. How many of you all know how to check sectors on TradingView? There are multiple ways. One is just adding it. So अगर मैं CNX realty करता हूँ, I'll get realty sector stocks. ठीक है? I'll get realty sector stocks. Very simple. Realty as a whole, you know, I had shared about realty a lot when this was about to happen. So if you go on my TradingView profile, you will see कि मैंने यहाँ पे और यहाँ पे काफी सारे realty के posts बनाए हैं. Then this breakout happened, and now we've sort of broken this structure in a way. ये वाला जो था structure, and now maybe we are bouncing up again. So realty as a whole, I feel has potential, especially अगर ये 400 का जो area है वो hold करता है, because then we will also see a break of this level. Now you can call it inverse head and shoulders, you can call it a breakout, you can call it a pullback, and then then sort of a recovery. Either way, doesn't matter what you call it. What matters is that you try to figure out कि price के साथ क्या हो रहा है. So overall, I would say realty stocks are fairly decent. DLF, Oberoi and IBUL. Okay. Specifically, we can look at DLF. DLF right now, daily देखेंगे, weekly नहीं. We look at the daily charts. And I'll add my moving averages also to get a feel of where prices are on a relative scale. यहाँ पर एक चीज हम देख सकते हैं, and these numbers I'm keeping by the way for our reference. एक चीज देख सकते हैं is that in a way, the realty sector is looking a little bullish in the sense कि ये वाला जो है यहाँ पे, it is trying to bounce from this trend line. But the other way is कि अगर आप देखते हो यहाँ पे, it is really in the middle of this recovery. या तो यहाँ पे आप देखो where you pick it up around 348 or something, lows पे आपने उठाया, lower risk reward है, and you're already sitting on let's say 2 to 5% of returns, or you try to look at when it actually shows a lot of strength, maybe ये level तोड़ के or something, maybe यहाँ से decisive bounce करके or something, because in my view that is when it really makes sense. Otherwise risk reward आपके साथ नहीं रहेगा. Otherwise, if there is one wrong move, then you might end up losing all your gains because you entered a little late. So I would say DLF not the right entry point probably, but देखते हैं. Oberoi Realty, we can see it's bouncing up from the 200 MA. By the way, here moving averages, if you see the blue line, it is 200 MA. If you see the red line, it is 50 MA. The green line is 20 MA. And the black line is the long-term average, which is the 500 EMA that I've added. Okay, 500 EMA that I've added. Now, I do see there is a conversation about TradingView happening. I will tell you uska kya jugaad hai. So do give me a little bit of time for that. But यहाँ पे हम लोग देख सकते हैं over here that Oberoi Realty in general is bouncing up. But again, I don't feel it's a particularly good risk reward trade. Sure, we've seen a good bounce from the 200 MA level in the past. But अगर आप देखते हो, in a way, RSI is still undecided. We are seeing larger wicks over here. The wicks are pretty big. And in general, this zone is acting as a resistance. ऊपर जाता भी है, maybe we see some resistance around the 1000 mark, and maybe it turns back from there. So, दो realty sector के stocks देखे, and they don't really inspire a lot of confidence, at least to me. IBUL housing हम लोग ने ट्यूसडे के लाइव स्ट्रीम में बात की थी. We did discuss this stock on that day, but we can just take a look at it again. It's up almost 6% today. Momentum is looking good now for this particular stock, unless वो यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा headwinds face करता है, which is around 139 to 140 के level पे. I feel this does have a chance of doing fairly well. देखते हैं, but again, IBUL का आपको ध्यान रखना है, the price action in general that we have seen of this stock, especially if you're trading it diligently or intraday or short term, it is a little erratic. So इस erraticness के वजह से if you don't have patience or if you feel आपको थोड़ा सा linear movement चाहिए, try to avoid, because you need to understand कि वो stock की personality क्या है. Every single instrument, whether you talk about equities, whether you talk about commodities, forex, everything has its own personality. So maybe one of these days we can talk about forex also, but everything has its own personality. अब वो personality को अगर नहीं समझ पाते, then it becomes an uphill battle to navigate with these companies. Let's look at CNX Auto now. CNX Auto देखते हैं. Now CNX Auto, what we've done is we've added the sector. Let's say someone asks कि, I will hide this. Someone asks कि how is auto doing compared to IT? How can you answer this? एक चीज है, आप देखोगे जो YTD रिटर्न मिला है, या आप इन जनरल कोई भी रिटर्न देख सकते हो, YTD रिटर्न, 5-year रिटर्न एटसेट्रा. दूसरा है यू लुक एट द इंडिविजुअल स्टॉक्स. तीसरा है यू मैन्युअली ट्राई टू फिगर आउट कि क्या कर रहा है, ऐसा यहाँ पे है क्या, ऑटो ऐसा है क्या, IT ऐसा है, व्हाट इज द एग्जैक्ट शेप ऑफ द चार्ट. बट देयर इज अनदर इजियर वे. डू यू नो दैट इजियर वे? मेनी ऑफ अस माइट बी नोइंग, आई एम श्योर. मैंने खुद एक दो वीडियो बनाए हैं उस पे. बट डू यू नो व्हिच वे इट इज? YTD is year to date. So Sashi, year to date YTD means from basically the first day of January, first trading day I think was 2nd or something, 2022 till date. So year to date means जो first trading day of this year till today कितना return मिला है. So let's say on 1st Jan price was 100 and today 6th October price is 120. The YTD return is 20%. But if we see 1-year return, 1-year return will be from what, 7th October 21 or something. तो अगर यहाँ पे समझो 90 था, then the 1-year return will be more than YTD. So that's the naming convention का difference. It's a very intuitive thing. ऐसा कुछ सोचने की बात नहीं आएगी उसमें. But what is the other feature that we're talking about? Does anyone know? It's a TradingView specific feature. I don't know if other platforms have it, but TradingView में तो है, उतना तो पता है. Think. It's very easy, and it's very it's in a way it's so fun to do that you might end up doing it for just all sorts of random stocks and indices. It's called RS charts. RS charts का video भी है. I will show you where you can find that video on my YouTube channel. But basically, let's say I want to compare auto versus IT. ठीक है, auto versus IT करना है हमें. It's 1521. So we will just take a quick look at this RS charts feature, and then I'll talk about what our markets are doing. 329 for Nifty and 268 for Bank Nifty. Let's see. पहली चीज मैं करूंगा, I'll go to the line chart. Line chart because it's just easier to interpret, और कुछ नहीं. You can keep it candle, you can keep it bar. जो करना है वो आप कर सकते हो. ऑटो है यहाँ पे. I'll click on this. CNX Auto आपको दिख रहा है. Here you might be able to see there is a division symbol. Here there is a division symbol. So you click on that. It does the forward slash. Forward slash के बाद you can type CNX IT. And when you do this, you will get the relative strength chart, which means this line is actually auto divided by IT. So if auto is 100 and IT, better example, easier for me to calculate. If auto is 120 and if IT is, let's say, 100, this would be 1.2. Next, let's say this was the case on 1st September 22. If we talk about 1st October 22, let's say IT ऊपर गया है, let's say auto ऊपर गया है 150 and IT is still where it's at 100, this would be 1.5. So 1.2 से 1.5 हो गया, it went up, which means कि auto is doing well. So when the line is going up, it means that the numerator is doing well. When the line is going down, denominator is doing well. थोड़ा सा tricky लगेगा, but basically what you need to know is that such periods, IT outperformed, such periods, auto outperformed. Okay, this is how it would work. So this is an interesting way, I feel. I'm a big fan of Barmer and Lowry investment. I'm a dividend hungry guy. If you could do fundamental analysis of the company. Ritik, one thing is that I'm not a very big fundamentals guy, not because I don't believe in them. I'm a CFA level 2 candidate, so I don't think you can be a CFA candidate without really looking at and acquainting yourself with fundamentals, but because I haven't done it a lot practically. So practically since I started, I've been looking at technicals, which is why technicals का मैं ज़्यादा करता हूँ. Fundamentals is an area I want to look at, but it's not just yet, which is why we don't do a lot of fundamental streams. But yes, definitely one day we will. Very soon. I don't want to say कि कल करेंगे या परसों करेंगे, but as soon as I can, I will. It's on my mind. Thanks. All right. So let's take a quick look at Nifty. पहले हम लोग चार्ट देख लेते हैं. Let's see, it's come down a little. और नीचे आया है, हम देख सकते हैं. If you recall, the last time we saw the chart was here. वहां से flat आया है. It has not filled in this gap. हम लोग ने बात की थी, there is a chance, it has the potential and capability to fill in this gap, given that how expiry moves can be, but वैसा नहीं हुआ है. If we talk about Bank Nifty, same scene, flat. So in general, आज की expiry थोड़ी flat थी. Flat expiry में who benefits? Flat expiry में typically it is the option sellers who benefit. So if you are curious about option selling, there is once again a video on my YouTube channel where I've interviewed someone. This one is there as a podcast also if you'd rather listen to it. So वो भी आपको दिखाता हूँ. But first, let's also see कि option chain क्या कह रहा है. Because option chain में, I'll just refresh it. Option chain में what we saw, and this you must remember because हम लोग ने ये तब भी देखा था. On the call side 17,400 पे 306,895 था. Now it is 190,869. What is the reason? Square off, right? People would have booked their positions, booked profits in their positions. यहाँ पे 17,300 पे from 253.22 we have 228,348. Here also profit booking. Apart from that, we haven't seen a major change. ये चीज आपको 3 बजे के बाद typically change नहीं दिखाएगी. When you will see a change is during the market. So let's say next expiry, if you want to observe the option chain, NSE option chain type करना आप Google पे. When you go on Google and when you search NSE option chain, वहां पे you will get this, and then during the day you can observe. There are multiple ways of looking at option chain also. One is you just look at the OI. One is where you look at the change in OI. One is where you try to understand with the Greeks and all, with the volume and all, what exactly is happening. So multiple ways. आज वो नहीं discuss करते, otherwise it will be too much. But that is something you can look at. So basically क्या है, we did not really see a big down move or an up move. अगर हम लोग ने यहाँ पे move देखा होता, then we would have seen a big change in the option chain. यहाँ पे move देखा होता, big change in the option chain. But नहीं हुआ, since it's flat, it's relatively an uneventful option chain today. So now I'll just share my levels. अगर हम बात करते हैं what might be some likely levels for tomorrow, given that See here we can see on the hourly chart that हम लोग देख सकते हैं for most of the day prices were actually flattish and they held their ground fairly well. But सेकेंड हाफ में 2 बजे के बाद हम लोग ने सेलिंग देख लिया, which possibly means that maybe there is some inherent bearish bias. Maybe tomorrow on Friday we see a retest of this level. Maybe SGX will be flat or negative. All possibilities. अगर negative जाता है 17,200 will be an important level in my view. As well, maybe you can say 17,220, 250, but the main important level I feel is 17,200. ऊपर जाता है 17,500 becomes important because we've seen a lot of action happening here, as you can see, followed by that breakdown. So this would be my view for Nifty. अगर ये तोड़ता है then clearly you can see these levels that have been marked. Bank Nifty की अगर बात करते हैं then for Bank Nifty, and this is maybe I can mark some live levels for you here. Bank Nifty की अगर कल पी ले लो, सुमित जी पी ऐसे अंधाधुंध मत लो प्लीज, आप थोड़ा सा समझो, देखो कल क्या होता है और उसके बाद लो, ओवरनाइट ऐसे ही मत ले लो प्लीज, डोंट मैं आपको उसके बारे में कहता हूँ. आई नो मार्केट इज क्लोजिंग इन 30 seconds, बट आई वुड से ऐसे जस्ट लेने के लिए मत लो, बस जस्ट हैव सम लॉजिकल थॉट प्रोसेस बिफोर इट. सो ऐसे ही मत ले लीजिए प्लीज सुमित जी. या बात करते हैं बैंक निफ्टी की. हियर वी कैन सी अनदर रेजिस्टेंस लेवल कम्स इन समवेयर अराउंड deeper into the 40K range, somewhere around 40,400. Quite a while to go, around 1,200 points away. But still, अगर यही direction पकड़ता है, then it is likely to find some resistance around there. Otherwise, पहला resistance of course will be around today's high 39,600 के आसपास. Support की बात करें, ठीक है, 39,150 ले लो, 39 साइक ले लो. After that, we can see these levels will be important. So let's see. Market is short right now. So now let's come to the question, कल PE ले लूं, आज PE ले लूं या नहीं. So a lot of us might be wondering कि क्या overnight options करने चाहिए, especially when we talk about option buying overnight. I say unless you are very certain about the direction and you have money and you have the capability to take the risk, मत करो. क्योंकि अगर risk नहीं ले सकते उतना, then there is a very high likelihood कि आपका वो जो ऑप्शन है वो वैल्यू लूज करेगा. तो एज एन एग्जांपल अगर मैं आपको कहता हूं कि लेट्स से निफ्टी की बात करते हैं, 320 पे है, 320 पे है निफ्टी राइट नाउ, 17,320. लेट्स से, आई नो आपने पीई का एग्जांपल दिया, बट इट विल बी इजियर टू गिव यू द एग्जांपल ऑफ अ कॉल. सो लेट्स से आपने 17,300 कॉल लिया है, उसकी ऐसे अगर देखा जाए तो वैल्यू शुड बी अराउंड 20. इंट्रिंसिक वैल्यू इज 20 प्लस मे बी समझो 100 रुपए जितना हवा भरा होगा उसके अंदर, मे बी 120 का होगा. मैंने चेक नहीं किया है प्राइस नेक्स्ट वीक के इसका, बट जो भी प्राइस है द पॉइंट विल स्टिल होल्ड. मानते हैं कि कल हम लोग गैप अप भी देखते हैं. लेट अस से दैट फ्रॉम 17,320 प्राइस गैप्स अप गोज टू 17,360, 40 पॉइंट गैप अप हुआ. 9 times out of 10 वेरी लाइकली कि आपका ये 120 में जो आपने बाय किया है ना, दिस विल बी आइदर बिलो 110 और इट विल बी मे बी अराउंड 118 और सो. आपके कॉस्ट के आसपास रहेगा या उससे नीचे रहेगा. हाईली अनलाइकली दैट यू सी अ बिग बिग प्रॉफिट ऑन ओपन एट ओपन, क्योंकि दिस इज वन ऑफ द पेरिल्स ऑफ ऑप्शन बाइंग. क्योंकि कभी कभी ऐसे ये सब ओवरनाइट होल्डिंग से प्रॉब्लम आ जाता है, विच इज व्हाई आई ऑलवेज से कि अनलेस आप एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हो कि यहाँ खुलेगा या यहाँ खुलेगा, या मतलब बड़ा मूव हो पाएगा, बेटर टू अवॉइड द रिस्क, क्योंकि वो रिस्क हो जाती है डेफिनेटली. फर्स्ट रूल ऑफ ट्रेडिंग, डोंट लूज मनी. एब्सोल्युटली. Havels and GCP, right? Quickly we'll take a look at Havels and GCP. Havels right now 23.6 fib के आसपास है. Overall the structure short term looks fine, otherwise I'm not very Sure, it does have potential. देखते हैं, maybe if it's able to clear this zone, then it might make its way closer to 1480 or 1500. I would not personally buy at this level though, especially since the broad market is a little choppy. Broad market choppy hai, which means in a way the odds are against you. At least that's how I feel it is many times. GCP down almost 5% today. I think it's at a very good level. 200 MA plus 500 EMA. Typically, मेरे हिसाब से तो अच्छे लेवल्स होते हैं, because if you are holding let's say a positional view on GCP कि अच्छा bullish जा सकता है overall, then maybe it's like at a good discount. So if you're getting, let's say आपको iPhone, समझो अभी तो iPhone 60,000 के भी नहीं आते, लाख रुपए के हो गए ना आजकल. So let's say you're getting 1 लाख रुपए का iPhone, 1 लाख रुपए का iPhone, and instead of 1 लाख रुपया you're getting it for 90,000. ले ही लोगे ना डिस्काउंट में, तो फोन तो सेम ही है, बिल के साथ मिल रहा है. So I feel these levels, these moving average levels are like that. Another thing that I had to discuss is with TradingView. A lot of us were discussing TradingView today. So TradingView में कैसा है? TradingView में कैसा है कि 3 indicators, 1 update per second. This is what you get for free. Okay, this is what you get for free. Just remove everything on the chart. My version is free. मैं खुद free version use करता हूँ, तो ऐसा मत सोचना ये बंदा खुद paid use कर रहा है, हम लोग को free के बारे में बोल रहा है. I am using the free version right now. This you get for free. But the easy workaround to this is you use community indicators. So if you go on TradingView indicators tab में अगर आप जाते हो, यहाँ पे you can see I've star marked 2 of these. I'm not promoting them. I'm not endorsing them. I don't know who Guru Prasad and Raging Rocket are, but these are good indicators because they've got a lot of things. तो यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हो CPR, SMA, EMA, VWAP, Super Trend. All of these indicators are there. एक indicator में you've got what 5-6 indicators. Multi SMA, EMA, all of these things with Bollinger Bands. You've got 10 moving averages and Bollinger Bands. 11 इंडिकेटर है एक इंडिकेटर में. सो TradingView will recognize it as one indicator, but you are getting a lot more than one indicator. So life hack for those who want to do TradingView के अंदर analysis. TA of cryptos, I do technical analysis of cryptos. It's part of my webinar. If you want to attend the webinars, it's there on xm.com. I can show you the link also if you want. This is the website. Every Sunday I do this thing. Every Sunday I do analysis of cryptos. This 16th October. If you want to join, you can. 12 o'clock, 12 noon. It's free of cost. I'll share all the links एक साथ में. I'll just stop sharing my screen for a second. Agri Helaya is asking, hello sir, કેમ છો? બસ મજામાં છું, તમે કેમ છો? Someone on YouTube, nice. By the way, for those who are Gujaratis, my father, you are, if you're following me on YouTube, then you might recognize UR. UR has a Gujarati channel also. So જો તમે ગુજરાતી હો અને તમને બજાર વિશે શીખવું હોય તો પછી ઈ ચેનલ જોઈ શકો છો. And if you did not understand what I just said, then that channel is not for you. This is my YouTube channel. You can check it out. YouTube channel दिखा देता हूँ. I'll tell you which videos RS chart has. RS chart का कौन सा वीडियो है, वो ऑप्शन सेलिंग का कौन सा वीडियो है. So if you go on my channel, यहाँ पे RS chart का कोई भी pick any video. Pick whichever video you first see. Let's say I do swing trading opportunities. This is by UR, my father. You go here and you click on the first link in the description. The secret to identifying, जो लिखा है ना वो, this is अच्छा, this is fib extensions, my bad. Click on the second link then. Yeah, second link पे click करो and you will get RS charts का example. RS charts is super useful, super interesting. ये कर सकते हो. I've got a lot of videos here, you can see. A lot of videos here. अगर आपको स्पेसिफिक वीडियो सर्च करना है, ऑफ कोर्स यू कैन डू इट फ्रॉम यूट्यूब आल्सो. द अदर वीडियो दैट आई वाज टेलिंग यू इज इन द प्लेलिस्ट. इट्स अ पॉडकास्ट. प्लेलिस्ट में जाओ, शांतनु जोशी पॉडकास्ट देखो. यहाँ पे देयर इज अनदर एपिसोड दैट विल कम वेरी सून. एडिट करने का थोड़ा सा डिले है, बट वंस आई एडिट द वीडियो यू विल बी एबल टू सी इट. So you can check these out. So अगर आपको जानना है, if you are actually an option seller or if you are curious about option selling, ये वाला 26 मिनट वीडियो देख लो. इवन इफ यू आर एन ऑप्शन बायर यू विल गेट टू नो ऑप्शन सेलर क्या सोचता है. सो दिस इज हिज लाइव अकाउंट, ही इज शेयरिंग वेरी काइंडली. सो ये देख सकते हो. आई विल डू वन थिंग, आई विल शेयर द लिंक टू दिस प्लेलिस्ट आल्सो इफ यू वांट एंड यू कैन चेक इट आउट. Along with that, if I want to promote myself a little more, I know आपको लगेगा ये बंदा सेल्फ प्रमोशन में इतना क्यों आ गया है, but this is all stuff that will add value to you, which is why I'm sharing it. If it doesn't add value, then I won't share it with you. But ये जो इंस्टा लिंक भेजा, इंस्टाग्राम पे I'm quite active. So if you want to know about, I'll just share these links on this thing also, on YouTube also. Instagram पे I'm quite active, so I have a lot of reels and all that I post. तो अगर आपको reels देखने हैं मेरे, वो देख सकते हो आप. अगर आपको देखना है some analysis videos, some Q&As and all of that will happen on Instagram. Again, because it's very easy for me to share it on Instagram. Okay. So you are a day trader, Sashi? I used to be. These days I'm preparing for my CFA exam. So since I'm a CFA candidate, most of my time during the day goes with CFA prep. So as a result, I've switched to swing and positional trading these days. Okay, any questions, any other questions that you all have? By the way, feel free to follow me on Crater also. We've got 61 followers today, 16 attendees. I think we can do 65 followers easily. So if you aren't following me on Crater, कर लो यार. Crater पे अगर आप देख रहे हो stream, and you can just scroll down, click on the follow button. Very easy to do, right? So yeah, I hope you found good value in this live stream. Live streams happen every Tuesday and Thursday. So next week also, Tuesday and Thursday, we'll have a live stream at 3 p.m. So on YouTube and on Crater. Yes, Vijay. Dollar even if thoda sa pullback aa gaya, let me just look at the DXY chart right now. Yeah, after that pullback, it's still doing fine, I feel. If you look at 110 as a level, it's a